So did you know that there are three champions in Marvel Contest of Champions that just completely remove prowess? So with the new Alliance War nodes coming out on Path 6 in both Section A and Section B, or Section 1, Section 2, depending on how you want to go about doing that, and also on Node 51, which is one of the mini-bosses, there's a bunch of new nodes that are going to punish you, or at least make your life more difficult when the opponent has prowess. Now, we have Kitty Pryde here on the screen. There's also Apocalypse, there's Bishop, and there's a lot of other champions that have a lot of prowess that can make your life very hard. How are you going to go about dealing with these nodes? Let's say you're in an alliance that you have assigned paths every single war. You're on the same path no matter what. Let's say you're on path 6. How are you going to deal with it? You're going to brute force your way through it? Opponent's going to be unblockable the entire time, going to have massive block penetration? Or are you going to look into your roster and try to find a pretty decent counter, to your war paths? Well, today we're going to go over the three champions in the game who I think are going to be absolutely fantastic on both Path 6 and also Node 51. I'm going to start doing that right now. Let's jump into the three champions immediately. So you might be saying, Mike, are you like really freaking stupid or something? Those are four champions. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4. That's true. Howard the Duck does require a synergy in order to do this. However, it is with a pretty good champion. Bishop is a very good champ after his buff. It could also be with Storm Pyramid X or Platinum Pool or Gambit, I believe. So all the champions are pretty decent. Not the biggest fan of Platinum Pool. However, the other three are definitely useful champions. War Machine and Nimrod, they do not need any synergy in order to do this at all. So let's jump in and we're going to go over a few examples here and showcase all of this in action. So up first, okay, we have a node called Aggression Prowess. Now, first things first, I wouldn't say any of these three champs are amazing for Hulkbuster in general. So he's going to put a shock on you, right? And then there's other nodes that play here, like there's Suffocation and Power Play and all of this stuff, right? So essentially, what we're going to be testing here is the Aggression Prowess. So we're actually going to get hit to build up to a bar of power for all these champions. And because there's Suffocation here, so basically we're going to hit him and then we're not going to get to a bar of power, and then it's going to be really annoying, right? So Act 7 has a billion nodes on every single thing, but this is the only place where Aggression Prowess is really easy to get to, all right? So that's what we're testing. I want to go over, before we begin, how these champions steal prowess. Howard the Duck does it by knocking down the opponent, whether it be with a heavy attack or a special attack. Now, Howard does something that the other champions don't do. He steals the prowess for himself. So, if you're up against a champion in war that has like 10 prowess or more and you knock them down, you now have a very strong Howard the Duck to fight your defender with. Now, I love Howard the Duck. I really wish he didn't require a synergy for this man, because I would love to use him in war, but I can't see myself bringing a champ with a synergy for just the one path in war, just based on like the fights I usually take in war. I can see myself taking path 6 every now and then, potentially with War Machine or Nimrod. However, I don't see myself bringing Howard under synergy for it, unfortunately. But if you're only taking path 6, I think Howard's going to be a really great option. So we'll go over how Howard works, and then we'll jump into War Machine and then Nimrod, okay? So keep in mind, like I said, we don't have to get hit with Howard. We don't have to get hit with Howard because he can do it on heavy attack, but for like War Machine, for example, we will have to. So what we're going to do here is we're going to just let the prowess build up. Now, when you're fighting these defenders, right? When you're fighting these defenders in war, don't let the prowess build up. But this is just to show you how powerful Howard the Duck's prowess stealing mechanic actually is, okay? So again, never let them do this, but watch this. One heavy attack, boom, we steal all of it. Now, how I like to play Howard the Duck, I actually like to get them into the corner and do a lot of heavy attacks. And when you do that, now as you can see, we're getting that stifle. We're not gaining any power. It's really great, right? This is a fun path in Act 7. But as you can see, when you play very aggressive, with Howard the Duck, we're essentially going to continually steal the prowess. Now, another thing with him, specifically on Aggression Prowess works. Essentially, every single hit that you do, it removes one. So when you're playing Howard the Duck, our heavy attack has 29,000 hits, right? So essentially, I delayed there. Now we're going to get hit. We're going to get up to a special 2. Okay, watch this. Now we're going to try something else out. So essentially, if you keep using heavy attacks, there's not going to be many, prowesses to steal in the first place. Because they're just not going to have prowess, which is also a pretty good thing. So we're going to let our Hulkbuster build up to some prowess here. Now we're going to knock him down. And now we're going to have like 6 prowess. And now we can go for a special 2 with a nice bit of prowess, and that's only with 22 Furies, okay? So as you can see, Howard the Duck, really good option for that kind of thing. Now let's start talking about War Machine. So War Machine really might be one of my new favorite champs in the entire game. I really want to rank 3 him. I like him quite a bit. I did a Is War Machine Underrated video that I actually uploaded today, so I know that it's already up on the channel, and I really like him a lot. I love his pre-fights. There's so many different things that you can do with him. The way that War Machine handles prowess is on his special 1. I feel like a lot of people don't know this. I don't even think I covered this in the video because I did want to make this video too. Each suppression debuff applied removes prowess effects on the opponent. Now, of course, the stifling node, we're going to have to take some hits here with War Machine, unfortunately, just to build up power, right? Again, in War, it's just like aggression prowess and some other stuff as well, right? So this is just to build up power. Obviously, in War, oh my god, don't purposely get hit to build power. Do not do that at all, okay? But as you can see, right, we're building up power here. Boom, 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 boom. There's a nice stifle on us. 3 prowess, 4 prowess, 5 prowess, okay? 6, 7, 8. Watch the prowess. It's all gone. And now on top of that, watch Hulkbuster's power bar. So now we can get rid of more prowess, depending on the defender. If it's a champion who has a lot of prowess, for example, if it's like Kitty Pryde, and let's say you crit 5 times during this 5-hit combo, right, against Kitty Pryde, which, as you know, is going to pretty much make her able to phase, all right? So then you knock all of her prowess off again. So War Machine is actually going to be, in my opinion, a very good counter to Kitty Pryde. On path 6, I think he's going to be very good for it. And again, I wish I can show you, like, chaining the special 1 and everything, but as you can see, the Act 7 nodes are super duper fun, and we have no power the entire time, so that's really great. So there's one more champion that we do have to talk about, and that is the one who arguably does this the best, and that is Nimrod. Now, the way that Nimrod steals prowess, essentially, in his Blitz protocol, attacks remove 1 prowess and regeneration, replacing it with a shock debuff, dealing 500 whatever rank star energy damage over 1.5 seconds, okay? So essentially the way that Nimrod works is that he has his 2 protocols, right? The blue one and the orange one. That's what we're going to call them. You start with the blue one. So what do? You do a light ending combo. Now you're in the orange one, all right? Watch this. Boom. We turn it into a shock. Now, besides the fact that, 1 hit is going to remove 1 aggression prowess, okay? We know that. But let's say that wasn't the node. Let's say it was like the different one, right? Watch this. Not only does he remove them by just contacting the opponent, he turns it into shock damage. So War Machine removes it, puts, the ruptures on the opponent. He also puts the suppression on the opponent, which is great. Another thing that Nimrod has is the cowardice debuff, which also helps to counter mutants, okay? So just in general, now keep in mind the shock debuff, from Hulkbuster is ticking us down nicely. Again, Hulkbuster, not the best example to show this on, right? I'm just showing you the mechanics and how they work. But as you can see, Nimrod goes a really, really long way in countering this prowess, as well as regeneration buffs. Again, that's, we just parried it. But even on block, as you can see, if you hit their block even, it removes some prowess buffs. So Nimrod going to be very good for a lot of really annoying defenders on path 6 that I'm sure we're going to see very commonly in Alliance War. Now, there's another node that's going to be present in Alliance War that's not just aggression prowess, but something very similar, and that's going to be combat deja vu prowess. So how this one's going to work is whenever the attacker lands the same basic attack twice in a row, the defender gains a prowess buff. Kind of like combat deja vu unblockable, except a little bit less lethal, okay? Now, keep in mind, again, Act 7 nodes, we're not going to have any defensive ability accuracy until the opponent throws 3 bars of power. All right? Also, there's power reserve here. But again, we're just going to go in quickly and show you how this works, how this node is going to work on the defender, and how these champions are really good at countering it. So I actually really like War Machine for this one, because you could essentially get like right under 2 bars of power. And I'll show you here. So as you can see, King Groot is building up some prowess here, right? And what you can do with War Machine, bait out one more special one here, is you can just kind of 5-hit combo and then just remove them all with the special one. And again, we have no, defensive ability accuracy here, which is annoying, but you can essentially play like normal and just keep very aggressive with the special one and the 5-hit combos, right, up against the opponent. And then you're going to consistently be removing those prowesses. Now, the same thing with Nimrod that happened in the other fights. So Nimrod will just remove it by attacking the opponent, and Howard the Duck if you stay aggressive with your heavy attacks, or not only your heavy attacks, also your special attacks. You're going to continually keep stealing these prowess effects for yourself. So again, no defensive ability accuracy reduction, Beam can't parry. Let's just bait out a heavy attack here from this guy. So when you're using these champions, you can kind of have the freedom to just fight normally because you're going to be removing these. Now, of course, in War, there are other nodes on top of just the prowess buffs here, okay? That when they gain the prowess, they also gain like block penetration, or they go unblockable and other stuff like that. But as you can see with Howard here, right? We're just stealing all of the prowess effects for ourselves, so it almost gives you a benefit to trigger the prowess effects. Okay, now we can actually parry King Groot, so now we can do our heavy attacks and we can stay more aggressive, right? Well, now we can't because we knocked him down. But this essentially continues on just like this when you're using Howard the Duck. Now, normally you don't want to spam your special one with Howard the Duck, but if you can do so and keep stealing prowesses and keeping them off of the defender, it's not the worst way to go about doing it, right? So obviously Howard the Duck, again, needs a synergy, but very good for the node. All of the new prowess nodes is going to be great for. But Nimrod, I do believe, still makes it the simplest because all you have to do is fight normally. Howard and War Machine, you have to either knock them down or go for a special one. With Nimrod here, you kind of just have to live and exist. So check it out. Even regen buffs, right? Look. And you have to kind of watch, your protocol. I do believe there's a way to activate both protocols at the same time, but if you're not in one, right, just kind of switch over. And yeah, man. And of course, power reserve, special 3, bait out the special attacks like you're supposed to, of course. It's not going for the special 3. I think you get it. The point of this video is not to show you how quickly they can take down these Act 7 fights. It's just to show you how they interact with the prowess. And I think that all 3 of them are going to be very useful. So, especially with bans coming up in like Alliance War, like for example, Ghost is going to be fine, Quake is going to be fine, but those champions are going to be banned on, so you're not going to be able to send them to Path 6 eventually. So if you have a War Machine or a Howard the Duck in your roster, since they're older 6 stars at this point, especially Howard, I'd say give them another look, because maybe you might be sleeping on their potential for your War roster coming up in upcoming seasons. Now Nimrod is new. Most people don't have him. He's not even in the 6-star featured yet. He's only been in the 5-star featured for about a month and a half, maybe even less. So Nimrod clearly, that last little bit, it was just kind of obvious, right? Nimrod does the best, especially if you're really good at using Nimrod and you're up against mutants. He does better against mutants as well. There's going to be a lot of mutants on Path 6, probably for defense. So Nimrod's going to be the way to go. But like I said, most people don't have him. So there are 2 other really good options in War Machine and Howard the Duck. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. I do hope that it helped you. I hope that it opened your eyes a bit to these 3 tech champions that might be useful for you and your alliance in the upcoming seasons of War. If it did, drop your boy a like, comment what you think in the comment section below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any other future videos just like this coming to you. I don't know, man. Next time there's like a War meta shakeup or something. I'll be seeing you around.